What's going on YouTube? QKG here, and I'm here just going ahead and doing a beta impressions for the Star Wars Battlefront beta that came out a few days ago. And whenever I do these impressions, I never write any of this stuff out unless it's actual review, and of course this game's a beta, therefore I cannot review it. So as of right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys my impressions and my thoughts on the game so far and how I've been liking it or how I've been hating it. But without further ado guys, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So right off the back, if you don't know what freaking Star Wars is, there's something wrong with you, because it's literally impossible for you to not know what Star Wars is. I don't care if it's oh that's stuff's for nerds. No, it's not none of that. It's pretty much literally when it comes to movies, they dominated. When it came to video games, they did pretty well too. So I remember back in the day, like the first Star Wars movie I saw was I saw like some of the old ones, but I saw bits and pieces of it, and then when I saw like the Phantom Menace that came out and stuff like that. And that was like when they actually was like bringing the movies back. I was like back in like 2000, 2001, or maybe 1999. I'm not sure. But I remember I was a young kid and I actually went to go see that movie, and I was hype. I was like, this stuff is cool. I was like, this is the best stuff ever. And I was like, this stuff is pretty cool, man. Then I was watching all the other movies. I even went back and saw some of the older ones. The Star Wars series was pretty good. I don't care what nobody says. A freaking sword that's pretty much like a laser sword that can slice through anything. That's pretty cool. And pushing people like yo with your telekinetic mind and shit, or being like, or the Sith and zapping people, it was pretty cool. So I was like, this is some pretty cool stuff. And then when it came to the video games, there was this Star Wars fighting game where it was for the PlayStation 1. I cannot remember it, but I remember playing a demo of it, and that was back then when there was demo discs. I don't even know, people never even bring that shit up, but I remember like playing that, and I was like having so much fun, because when I was a kid, I didn't like get video games like 24/7, and people like my parents just buying me a million video games. Like me and my brother, we had demo discs, and we would put them junks in, and they have like 10-12 games that you can actually play, but it's like for maybe a good 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes. There was some of those demos where like the Final Fantasy 8 demo, I remember they let you play that shit and you fought like 2 bosses, and I was like, they over here giving me like an hour's worth of gameplay in a demo. I was like, what? But yeah, nobody ever brings up demo discs for some reason. But yeah, that's how I was like playing some of the Star Wars, like it was a Star Wars fighting game, and I don't remember what it was called. And then of course Star Wars Battlefront, the Battlefront series came out when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. I remember we had a demo disc of that too, because I didn't buy that game, and I put that junk in, and then I was like playing it. I was like, this is pretty dope. I was like, I like this. And from what I remember, I don't think there was even a story mode or anything like that. I think it was just pretty much like just a big old war. Correct me if I'm wrong or whatever if you play the game, but it was just pretty much a nice, enjoyable experience. And it was a third-person shooter. You can play it as first-person, just like I think you can do this one the exact same way. So the game, when it came to gameplay, it was solid. You know, everything about the game was pretty good. You could play as some of the Jedi heroes or some of the Sith villains, and you have their lightsabers and all that junk. So I was like, this game's pretty hot. I was like, I like this. And years later, here we are with Star Wars Battlefront, the next iteration in the series, and literally DICE, I don't know who else has been helping you out with this game. I just know EA and DICE been, because clearly it's on the Frostbite engine and it's looking pretty damn sexy. But this game just at first I was just like, oh, it's probably just gonna feel like Battlefield and a bunch of explosions, all this stuff. But no, yeah, it resembles Battlefield a little bit, just you know how some of the mechanics are and stuff like that. But not really. No, this is straight up Star Wars. And when I mean Star Wars, I mean war, because I remember I played I don't remember, it's like Walker Assault or something like that. I don't know the game mode for it, but the game mode you're seeing on the screen is the drop zone gameplay, which is pretty much capturing a bunch of different objectives and stuff like that and fighting over them, you know, all that junk. And there was actually another game mode where it was pretty much just like Walker Assault, where it was like this big old like war zone, and there's walkers over here, there's freaking X-Wings flying in the air, and then of course you got your heroes and your Sith. Like you have Luke Skywalker coming out of nowhere, and then if you shoot at him, he's gonna deflect all your shots and kill you. And of course, if you run up on Darth Vader, he's just gonna choke your ass and then throw your ass somewhere else. So it was pretty good. And then they have a bunch of different abilities that go on cooldown and stuff like that, and you can pick up little power-up stuff. That's how you can actually get to play as the heroes, and the Sith and stuff like that is actually picking up some of the power-ups that are going to be on the ground. So there was some of that classic element when it comes to video games, where it was like, oh yeah, pick up this PowerPoint right here and you get this, because I usually don't see that in video games nowadays. But after having all this thrown into one in the beta, I was having a very enjoyable time. And let me just go ahead and tell you, there were minimal problems besides maybe the initial, like, stutter and load time and stuff like that. It wasn't, like, really bad, but it was just, like, my frames would drop a little bit. And there was a little teeny bit of rubber banding here and there, which they need to buff that shit out ASAP. But other than that, I pretty much had no problems with it when it came to the stable gameplay. It was just fun. I didn't have any other drops. It was played at a steady, nice, sexy 60 frames. Other than that, it was pretty enjoyable. So if you guys have an Origin account, or if you're on Xbox One and PS4, download this junk right now. Especially if you have probably never even played one, you're gonna be like, damn, this game is pretty cool. But I was wrecking house a few games. There were games where I was getting destroyed, and it's just, I don't know what else to tell you guys because this junk's all off the top of my head. Just play the damn game. But pretty much, guys, when this game does come out, November 17th, I definitely will be picking this junk up because I did not expect this game to be that good. I know it was going to be one of those top tier games of this of 2015 and stuff like that. I knew that right off the bat, but I did not know that it would be this damn good. I don't know what else to do. I know there's no campaign and stuff like that. I really don't give a crap, but gameplay is pretty nice. The multiplayer works perfect. It's just a great game. So without further ado, guys, that's gonna go ahead and end this junk right here. So leave a comment down below if you have played this game and let me know your thoughts on it. Pretty much, I like this game. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's Quinn Knows Games, and peace out.